Hi everybody. In my classes this week, we've been focusing on the concept of self-care and the different tools, or a few different tools that you can use to provide yourself with that self-care to replenish your energy. Because especially during a time when there's a lot going on, whether it's politically or whether it's emotionally because you've been stuck inside with family members for a long time, whatever it happens to be, we're giving our energy away. And we constantly do that. We constantly are giving. And it's important to put back into that reserve of energy so that we don't get sick, so that we just simply have enough to give. And it's also important to recognize and really tune into the fact that it is not selfish to take time for self-care. As a matter of fact, it's selfless. It's selfless to make sure that you have the energy. It's selfless to make sure that you replenish what you have given. And so one of the very basic, simple ways that we can replenish is to pause and to breathe. Pausing is a really simple concept that we forget about. And so I have a quote: practice the pause. When in doubt, pause. When angry, pause. When tired, pause. When worried, pause. And when you pause, just breathe, period. And when we take the time to do that, those two simple things, pause and breathe, then we shift from one part of our nervous system to another. And when we do that, we are more able to make concrete, solid, healthy, safe decisions. And so as we move through this practice, let's take the time to pause, to breathe, and allow ourselves to choose what's healthy for us today. So as you take a good seat, take a moment to shift your sitting bones, allowing for that broadening and the ability to connect with whatever you're sitting on. And you could be sitting on anything that you would like. It could be on a block or a pillow or bolster or a blanket or just on the ground, your choice. Connect palms together at your heart, and with your eyes closed, pause. And then notice your breath. I had a yoga teacher recently suggest that on the inhale, spell the word breath. And on the exhale, spell the word breath. This is one of the ways that you can very literally tune into your breath. Honor yourself for taking the time to pause. Bow towards your heart and take a full breath. Softly open your eyes, release your hands down as you gently draw your shoulders up and back. Take your left fingertips to the floor. Take your right hand behind the back of your head and send your head back in space. Push into your hand, open your elbow up and engage your shoulder blades, letting your heart space be supported to lift. Push your fingertips down and lift even more. Maybe walk your fingertips out, take a full big breath. Inhale back up to center. Right fingertips to the floor beside you. Left hand to the back of your head. Press your head into your hand. Open your elbow up and then engage both shoulder blades. Again, you're welcome to walk your fingertips out as far as you need, but pause and take a full breath. Inhale back up to center. Walk your fingertips forward. And now you're shifting as deeply forward into a forward fold as you need. I find forward folds to be one of the best, most helpful poses to pause in and take a deep breath, to really be able to tune in. So if you'd like to, you can close your eyes here, tuck your chin a little inward, and take a full breath. Then inhale, gently bring yourself back up to a tall spine. Switch the cross of your legs if you're sitting cross-legged. And then shift your sitting bones. Move them back and broad. And now this time, left fingertips to the floor beside you. Walk them out as deeply as you need. And then take your right arm all the way over your ear. Plug in with both shoulder blades, meaning engage them on your back. And now reach even further from your right hip through your right fingertips. Take a big deep breath. And as you breathe, notice the pause at the top of the inhale. And notice the pause at the bottom of the exhale. One more breath this way. Inhale back up to center. Right fingertips out to the side. Left arm reaches over your ear, and again, walk your way out as far as you need. Give a good push with your fingertips, but then lengthen more from left sitting bone out through your left fingertips. Pause and notice your breath, especially that gentle pause at the top, that gentle pause at the bottom. Inhale, come back up to center. Hands come out in front of you again to blocks or the floor or whatever you're using for props. And gently work your way as deeply as your body needs into a forward fold. And that might be staying a little bit more upright. Entirely depends on how your body feels today. So find what that looks like for you. Feel free to close your eyes here if you would like to. And then again, find that pause. Notice that space at the top and that space at the bottom of your breath. Inhale, gently bring yourself back up to center. And then we're going to shift our way onto our hands and knees. And from hands and knees, set yourself up, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Feel free here to set something underneath your knees if that feels better to you. But then tucking toes under behind you so you have that ability to root through your toes, root through your palms and fingertips, and then rotate upper arm bones so elbow pits turn forward. Then push with your toes and slowly take a moment for a breath. And then on your next exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog pose. As you take your downward facing dog, take a moment to bend, pedal out with your knees. Take some full deep breaths and notice the pause at the top and at the bottom. And now walk your feet towards your hands, taking as many steps as you need to get there. You might use blocks to help yourself get there. You might take one big step, find the way that you need to come forward, and then set yourself up inner hip distance apart with your feet or wider. If you have tightness through hips, hamstrings, or low back, then take your feet a little wide. Little bend to your knees, engage your feet, lift and spread your toes, fire them up. Inhale, lengthen part way, pause, send your sitting bones up, extend through your heart. Take a full breath right here. On your exhale, fold over your legs as deeply as your body needs. And sometimes folding that deeply is not in our practice, so if you want to, you can always set your elbows up onto your thighs here. Let your head release. You can even add some nodding, some shaking, some ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. And then walk your hands up your legs, coming all the way upright into your mountain pose. And if your feet are wide, then bring them in a little ways and set yourself up inner hip distance apart and parallel. Lift and spread your toes, and then push through your toes into the ground, but then allow even weight to rock onto your heels. Turn your palms, expanding and opening through your chest, your heart space. Let your eyes close and tune back into that full deep inhale and exhale, finding that pause at the top and at the bottom. Then softly open your eyes. Take right ear over to your right shoulder. Take a hold of the side of your head with your right hand. Rotate your left arm just a little bit more so your thumb is trying to reach back behind you. This gives you a little more stretch through the front part of your chest. Feel your shoulder blade engage. Take a big full breath. On your exhale, tuck your chin a little downward. Inhale, lift your chin up. Exhale, tuck your chin down. And inhale, lift your chin up. Come all the way back up to center, palms turning forward. Big opening through your heart space. Take a full deep breath. And then left ear over to your left shoulder. Take a hold of the side of your head with your left hand. Re-rotate with your right arm so your thumb is turning even further back, shoulder blade engaged, your chest is opening. Take a full deep inhale, long full exhale. Then tuck your chin downward and lift your chin up and tuck your chin down. And lift your chin, come all the way back up to center, and now clasp hands behind your back, lifting shoulders up and back. I'll turn back so that you can see. A little bend to your elbows, your hands are right up against your low back or all the way down at your glutes. Hug your elbows back. Keep your elbows bent, palms pressing in, and then you're welcome to lift your hands a little bit away from your back if you want. But avoid that locking of your elbow joints. Take a big inhale, lift up through your heart space, long back of your neck. Exhale, bend your knees and fold over your legs. From this place, keep that bend to your elbows, elbows hugging back toward each other. And now draw shoulders up and back. Then gently release your fingertips. You might bring fingertips to blocks here, but step your right foot back into your lunge. Bring your right knee down to the ground and adjust so that you have your shin stacked straight up over your arch here. Take a full breath as you center off with your hips, drawing your left hip crease back in space. Extend your chest. Full breath. Lift your back knee, inhale, step forward. Exhale, left foot steps back into your lunge. Bring your knee down to the ground and extend your heart. And again, you're finding that stacked place. Think of your arch as opposed to your heel and stack your shin right over it. Big deep breath. Good. Inhale, lift your back knee and step forward. Exhale, right foot steps back, this time into your lunge. Extend your heart. Walk your hands to the inside. You're welcome to have blocks here if you would like. You're going to turn and plant your back heel so your foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. However, if that bothers your ankle, then you can keep your toes tucked. From here, your left arm is right up against your left leg. You can shift it closer if you need. So it's helping you to open your knee up toward your pinky toe edge. Extend your heart straight ahead. Take a full big breath. Wrap your hip down and under on the left leg. Full deep inhale. Long full exhale. Come to that place of stacked with your front shin, your left shin. Shin over your arch. And now pivot on both feet so that they're aimed in the same direction. Wide stance fold. Take an inhale, extend your heart forward. Exhale, fold over your legs. And if you want to, you can always have something underneath your elbows here or underneath your hands. You might be up a little bit higher if your low back and hamstrings feel particularly tight. So now lift and spread your toes. A little bend to your knees. Think of your arches lifting up into the centers of your feet so the inside edges of your legs feel engaged. Tilt your sitting bones up. Full deep inhale, heart forward. Full exhale. Fold one more time over your legs as deeply as your body needs. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, extend your heart. Now we're going to pivot to face the other direction. So now your left leg stays parallel to the back edge of your mat. Your right foot turns. And your hands are on the inside of your right leg so that your right arm is right up against your right leg. Take a full inhale, extend your heart. Exhale, wrap your glute down and under on your right leg so you have that turning action of your knee towards your pinky toe edge. Full deep inhale. Long, full exhale. Good. Now tuck your back toes. Hands come to either side of your front foot. You're bending into that place of stacking shin up and down. Center off your hips. Extend with your heart. Deep, full inhale. Long, full exhale. And now inhale, step forward. Now the front of your mat is the different side. It's okay. We'll call this the front now. Inhale, lengthen part way, and exhale, fold. Walk your hands up your legs, rising all the way up to your standing mountain position and turn open with your palms. Close your eyes here and take a deep breath. And as you breathe, find the pause. In that pause, you can notice anything that's going on through your mind. Maybe the fact that we switched positions on our mat sends a little bit of a struggle into your thoughts. Just notice what's happening for you and allow yourself to return to your breath. If you'd like to, you can even return to spelling breath on your inhale and spelling breath on your exhale. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Exhale, hands come through heart center as you bend your knees and fold over your legs. Inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Planting your fingertips. Step your left foot back this time into your lunge. Turn and plant your back heel. This time bring your right elbow to your knee, left hand to your hip, coming to that side angle pose variation. But again, find the stacked place for your front shin right up over your arch. Wrapping your glute down and under. Push so that you rise up and out of that right shoulder. And then left arm can reach over your ear or straight up, whichever feels the best to you. Take a big deep breath and expand your top ribs. Inhale, push into your feet, rise all the way up to your warrior two, and settle just a little deeper. Full deep inhale, long full exhale. Inhale and pause. Exhale and pause. On your next exhale, hands come down to frame your right foot. And then walk them to the inside, pivot on your feet, coming into that wide stance fold. As you lift and spread your toes, notice pinky toe edges and make sure they're parallel to each other. And then as you push your toes down, you're still letting your arches lift. Bend your knees, tilt your sitting bones up, and exhale, fold over your legs as deeply as you need. As you inhale and pause, exhale and pause. Notice that space at the top of the inhale, at the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, rise up part way, extending with your heart. And then pivot again on your feet so you're facing the other direction. From this place, your back foot stays planted. You're going to bring your left elbow to your knee, right hand to your hip, and pause. As you pause, notice the details. Take a full breath as you turn open or to the left side with your left knee. And then turn your belly and your heart more open. And then either stretch over your ear or straight up, whichever feels the best. Push down with your bottom elbow, rising up out of that shoulder. Take a big breath and feel your top ribs expand. Inhale, push into your feet to rise up to your warrior two. You might have to adjust your stance to find that stacked place for your front shin. Take a full deep inhale, long full exhale. Find the pause. Exhaling, hands come to either side of your front foot. Tuck your back toes, and this time bring knees down. All the way back with your hips to heels. Take a child's pose. Full breath. Then inhale, gently bring yourself up to your seat and come all the way down to sitting bones. And from your sitting bones, you can always have props underneath your knees here for a little support, or sit in a different way if this is not comfortable. But inhale, reach your arms out wide to the side. Exhale, take a gentle twist over to the left side. Inhale to grow longer, and exhale to draw your low ribs in, twist just a little more. And now, reach your left arm straight up, and if it feels okay, you can stretch it a little bit back to the right side. Take a full big breath. Inhale, back into center. Exhale, left hand across to your right near thigh. Right fingertips behind you. Find lots of lift and length. As you exhale, low ribs in to help you twist a little bit more. And then if you want, you can stretch your right arm up. Full long breath, lifting a little higher through your ribs. Full deep inhale, long full exhale. Find the pause. Inhale back into center. Footprints to the floor in front of you. And then if you were sitting cross-legged, you're going to switch the cross. Good. Same thing. Blocks underneath your knees if you'd like, or you can be continuing to sit if you're sitting, say, maybe on your knees. Okay. So now walk your fingertips to the floor in front of you. And again, your fingers could be on something here. Take an inhale, extend through your heart. Exhale, round your spine back into your cat-like pose. Inhale, extend through your heart. And exhale, walk your fingertips out as far as your body is ready for. You might stay up high. You might come down to forearms. You get to decide what feels the best to your body. Full breath. And inhale, bring yourself all the way back upright. Footprints to the floor, and now we're going to make our way all the way down onto our backs. And so if you want to have a bolster or a blanket handy for a resting pose, you're welcome to. I'm going to bring this one close by so I can use it in a moment. But first, come all the way down onto your back, hugging knees close. Take a couple big breaths, add a little rock side to side. Let your low back get a little bit of love, a little bit of massage. And now, keeping your right knee in toward your chest, extend your left leg out all the way long. Give both feet a little flex. Take an exhale and hug your right knee in just a little bit closer. And then draw your right knee across your body to the left side. Maybe you're setting your right foot right on your left thigh here for support. Maybe you are coming closer to the ground with your knee, but what I want you to notice is your right shoulder. If it's popping up, then you're going to shift your shoulders over in the direction of your twist in hopes that that right shoulder can come down. And then you can come to cactus with your right arm, or you can extend your right arm all the way out long. Take a full breath. As you take that breath, find the pause. Notice that space at the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale. And now inhale back into center, and if you need to, you can shift your shoulders over a little bit. And then switch legs, drawing left knee in, right leg extends all the way out straight against the ground. Take a couple of full breaths here and allow a little more hug in with your left knee. And then draw your knee across your body as far as you need to go. And again, you can always add that little extra movement of your shoulders over to the right side as well. And then maybe take that cactus for your left arm or out to a T, your choice. Take a big breath. Find that space, that pause at the top and at the bottom. And then gently come back into center, put both footprints on the ground. Let your knees drop in together to touch. And then take hands to your belly, or you can take one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. And take a full deep breath. And again, find that pause, find that space. And begin to set yourself up into your favorite version of resting. So you're welcome to add that bolster or pillow underneath your knees for support. Or you can add a blanket over you. Or you can come to a seated position instead for a little bit more of a seated meditation. A few deep breaths as you let your whole body settle. Allow for more space to be created by finding that pause. And then let go of any work that you're doing. Begin to take a deeper breath. Begin to gently add movement into fingers and into toes. Let your head turn a little bit side to side. And then slowly bend your knees and roll over to one side. Take a full deep breath on your side. And then bring yourself all the way back upright, coming into your seated position. And as you take your hands together at heart center, pause for a moment and create space in between your palms so that the bottoms of your palms and your fingertips are still touching, but there's a tunnel in between your hands. As you take this version of your prayer position or Anjali Mudra to your heart, take a full breath and notice that space in between your hands. Notice that space at the top and the bottom of your breath. And remember that you can come back to creating this space, creating this pause, anytime you need to. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.